Hey there and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Kid Buu from Dragon Ball Z. So let's start with the eyes. I'm going to start with the brow line on the left side. Starting from the outside of the eye, we're going to curve down and in towards the center of the face. From here we're going to curve in the frown line. So taking that point, curling up in the middle and then out towards the left. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to take this curve and flip it over. Starting from the inside, we're going to draw that brow line first, curling it around at the bottom, and then we'll curl up the top of the eyelid, out towards the outside. From here, let's tuck in the eyes underneath. So on the left side, we're going to step in towards the right and draw an angled line going down. From here, I want to take that point and curve down towards that frown line. So taking this point, curving down. Let's do the same thing on the right. So we're going to start on the inside, curving out, and we'll go up in an angle to the top of the eyelid. Let's extend this line just a little bit on the outside. From here, let's tuck in the eyeballs underneath. So underneath this brow line, draw a half circle. We're going to draw a little tiny black dot in the middle. We'll go over to the right and do the same thing. Draw a half circle, and then a tiny black dot in the middle. We're going to color the outside area of the eye in black. From here, let's draw a little bit of a frown line on top. So up here above the left eye, I'm just going to draw a little curve, and on the right, we'll do the same thing. On the sides of the eye, we're going to just make the brow line a little bit more enhanced. So we're just going to bring it forward by taking this line, curving it up, and then just angling a short line out. Do the same thing on the right. So curving in, then just angling out. Underneath the eye, we just want to draw a little bit of a shadow. So under here, we're going to just take this line and just sort of duplicate it on the outside. So a little short line there, and just curving across. Do the same thing on the right, so curving across the bottom, and then just up on the side. In the middle here, we just want to draw a little bit of wrinkles. So we're just going to draw two little curves, little hooks, just in between each eye. And then down here, we're going to draw in the mouth. So we start with an upwards curve, kind of looks like a smile, and we're going to curve down the sides. So on the left and on the right. Underneath the mouth, we just want to draw a little bit of the chin. So just drawing a curve like that. Let's go ahead and draw on the sides of the face. So beside this brow line on the left, we're going to step over and just curve down and in. So it's curving in towards the jaw. We want to bring that line just down towards, just below that mouth line. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So curving down and in. Now we're going to take these points and curve in towards the chin. We're going to drop the chin down to here to a rounded point. So from this point, we're going to go straight down at an angle, and then in the middle, we're just going to round it out and go straight up towards the right. From here, let's draw on the big antenna that sits on top of the head. So on either side, we're going to curve up and then hang this over towards the right side. So above the left eye, right up here, we're going to curve around and just swirl it around to the top of the antenna like that. We want to draw a little bit of a bulb at the end. So we're going to take this, pull it around, and just leaving a little gap right there. We're going to pull this back in so it's tapering, so it gets a little bit wider as you come down to this way. Now we're going to reverse it. We're going to curve out and in, pulling it back in to right about there. Let's draw on the top of the head. So the head is quite large, so we're going to go up to about here, about halfway up this antenna, curving down towards that point, but we're not going to close it off. We want to leave a little bit of a gap. Curving down. On the right, we'll go up, curve down, leaving a gap. Now we're going to layer in the ear holes on the side. So just above that point, we're going to step up, curve out towards the left and down. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So we'll go back and forth just to balance this out as we go. On the sides of the face, just above the jaw, we're going to go in the opposite direction. We're going to curve up on both sides. Now we're going to take those points and connect them with a curve coming down. I want to show a little bit of the inner ear detail. So up here, we're just going to draw a little curve on the inside, on both sides like that. Let's draw some spots along the top of the head. So right beside the antenna on the left, we're just going to draw a circle here, and up at the top, we'll draw one more. Do the same on the right side, like so. From this point, let's get into the body. So his body is actually quite short. So from the jaw, we're going to step in. On the left side, just draw a short straight line coming down. On the right, we'll draw a short line coming down. Let's draw the top of the chest. So below the chin, we're going to start by drawing a little scoop like this. From here, we're going to take that point and curve out and down towards the right for the top of the chest. We'll do the same thing on the left, curving out. Let's go ahead and draw on the tops of the shoulder. So from the jawline, I just want to curve out towards the left and out towards the right. So they're scooping down a little bit like this. From here, I'm just going to layer in the shoulders. We're going to draw the overlap. So from that point, we step in and just round out the shoulders like that. We can always adjust these curves later on. So we got the two shoulders, so that's the width of the body. We're going to move down and draw on the chest. So in the middle here, I just want to draw a short, straight line. In the center, we're going to draw a curve for the bottom of the chest, right in the middle here. So curving across. And just below this, I just want to draw a short little curve like that, just to show some wrinkle in the chest. On the sides, we want to draw the chest coming up along the armpit. So leaving a gap right up here, we're going to draw a curve going across like that. On the right, we'll draw the same thing. Now we're going to get down towards the back. So halfway down the curve of the chest here, I want to curve in. So this is sort of the lats, the back coming across in behind the chest. Let's get into the ribs and the hips. So here I just want to draw a short little curve coming in. So this is sort of the hips. And then we're going to flare out towards the hips here. So just drawing a straight angled line going out. We're going to connect those 2 points with a curve for the top of the pants. Curving down in the middle and then back up on the right. Let's draw a little bit of detail up here. So for the ribs, right where this side of the body connects with the hip, I'm just going to draw a little curve going up. This is the rib cage. Do the same thing on the right. In the center, draw the abdomen, so straight line coming down. And then on the sides, we want to show a little bit of hip detail. So on the left, along the belt line, just going to curve out and just flare them outwards this way. From here, let's get into the belt. So from the hip side, I just want to curve out 2 sides for the belt. We're going to curve these back in towards the middle and then round out the bottom. So right in the center here, on this left, we're going to curve down and then round out the bottom. We're going to go back up on the right side. So curving up and then flattening out on the right. For the belt buckle, right here, we're just going to draw a curve on the left and then on the right. We're going to draw the little M symbol here. So in the middle here, I just want to draw a point and curve up and out towards the right, up and out towards the left. We're going to bring the left side down and then just swirl it around. Do the same thing on the right. Down and then swirling it around. Just drawing some spots along the top of the chest. So these got 3 on either side. So starting on the left side, draw a circle. Same size as the one that we have on the head. We'll move up and then across. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the inside, then we'll move across this way. And then we'll drop down towards the side of the chest there. Let's get into the arms. So let's start with the one on the left. I'm going to start with the inside bicep first. So right where the chest meets the side of the body, we're going to curve out. We're going to go to the outside of the arm and draw in the opposite direction. So curving down. Let's draw, this is where the elbow is going to be. So we're going to go in towards the big wrist band. So right here on the side of the arm, we're going to step up and curve out. And then we're going to do an overlap on the forearm up here. So overlapping on top of the bicep, curving down. So we've got the same height on the front and the back of the arm there. To connect those 2 points, we're just going to do an overlapping line. This is for the top of the wristband. So going across like that. Now we want to bring this down towards the wrist. So on the inside, we're just going to curve out. On the opposite side, we're going to curve a little bit longer. So this line actually sits a little bit lower on the outside palm of the hand. On the inside wrist, it's a little bit higher. We're going to connect those 2 points by curving up and then flattening out as we get towards the inside. Now let's trim this out. So on the top, I'm just going to draw a trim. On the bottom, we're just going to basically just trace that outside line across like that. For the hand, we're just going to keep this very simple. From that corner of the wristband, I'm going to step over towards the left and just draw a curve like that, almost like a backward C. On the end here, I just want to draw a little bracket. From that bracket, we're going to move over towards the right, and I'm going to swirl around the bracket. We're going to come back and just pull this in underneath the wristband for a very simple fist. On the side of the arm, we've got some spots here as well, so I'm just going to draw one down here, one on the upper part of the arm, and then one in the shoulder right there. We're going to take that same arm, flip it over on the right side. So we're going to start again on the same height, curving down, making sure they're roughly the same height. Go to the outside part of the arm and curve down in the opposite direction. We're just going to pull this a little bit lower, just like we did on the left side. Now for the inside part of the forearm, I'm going to overlap the bicep, curving down, and on the outside part of the arm, we're going to tuck it in behind the upper arm. Now let's connect it with that line, that curve for the upper part of the wristband. Now we're going to get into the wristband. So in the inside, we've got that short curve that comes down towards the wrist. On the outside, it's a little bit longer. So it curves out and then down roughly the same height. We're going to connect those 2 points. So starting on the inside, curving across and down, and then flattening out at the bottom. We're going to trim this out. So again, just tracing the outside line on the top and then the bottom. We're going to draw the fist. So stepping in from that point towards the right, we'll draw that C shape, the little bracket. We're going to step over towards the left, circling around that bracket, do an overlap, curve that underneath the wristband. Let's draw the spots. So right here we'll draw 1, 2, and then right in the shoulder, 3. The final step we're going to draw on the legs. So to make this easy, we're going to start with the center line, the seam in the pant. So right in the middle, we're just going to draw a straight line, pulling the pen towards us. From that same point, I just want to curve out. On the right, we'll curve out, so it gets a little bit wider towards halfway down this line, and then we're going to pull this back in. Pull it back in on both sides. Let's draw in some wrinkles. So along this belt line, I'm just going to curve down and out on both sides. We'll go up and just draw 2 shorter ones. From that center point at the bottom, we just want to draw some more wrinkles along the bottom of the pant. So we're going to go up in an angle on the left, and then pull this straight up. Up in an angle on the right, pull it straight up. We're going to continue this. From here, we're going to go out even further, and then angle out. On the right, we'll go out an angle and straight up. From that same point, we're just going to angle 2 lines left and right. It doesn't really matter if they're the same length. We're going to continue down the inside part of the leg. So from that same point, I'm going to curve down and over towards the left slightly, and then pull a line across. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So curving out towards the right, and then angling towards the right. We're going to step in, so about halfway down this line, I'm going to go straight down. We'll do that on both sides there. Okay, so now this is going to continue on to the bottom of the pant. Let's go to the outside. So from this hip point, I'm going to curve around. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So curving around like that. Now I'm going to draw some more folds in here. So from that point, we're going to step up, draw an angled line going out, and we're going to curve this in. Go to the right side and do the same thing. So angling out, and then curving that in. Right in here, in this little empty area, I'm just going to draw a little curve, just for a little bit of a wrinkle on both sides. We're going to continue this down. So from here, along halfway down this curve, we're going to do an angled line going out, and a diagonal up here, angle up. Now we can connect those 2 points with the curve for the bottom of the pant. So I'm just going to curve down, and then up. On the right, we'll do the same thing. Okay, so we got the pants. Let's get into the final step, which are the feet. So right here, we got this sort of blocky shoe. So right up here, we draw an angled line coming down. We're going to draw the bottom of the foot. So we're going to curve this to the tip of the toe. And the foot isn't that big. From here, I'm going to curve the top of the foot, curving up a little short line. We're going to overlap this for the ankle cuff. Curving across, up, and then flattening out as we get towards the back of the leg. From this point, we just want to draw that same angle going up underneath the pant. On the toe, just draw 2 short little lines like that. Again, at the bottom, we're just going to trace this out. And at the top, we'll do the same thing. Let's do that same treatment on the right side. So starting with the inside part of the foot, we'll angle down that same length. We're going to curve the bottom of the foot. So right there. So roughly the same length on both sides. And curve up the top of the foot. Now we want to overlap the top or the bottom edge of the ankle bracelet. So going across, up, and then flattening out. From this point, I'm going to go up underneath the pant using that same angle. Cross like that. We'll draw 2 little hash lines along the toe, and then we'll just trim out the bottom, and then the top. And that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's Kid Boo from Dragon Ball Z. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.